Hi, everybody. Welcome back, Gerald. Welcome back, chatters. I'm so happy to see you all here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back, Linda. I mean, it's like just a week. We didn't have to wait extra long.
No, I know. Well, it was. I'm glad that you suggested this because I always felt bad from keeping you from your. We never did manage to make your hard stop ever, not even once.
It's okay.
So I think this is like a good solution all around. I want to say hi to everybody who's here. Oh, look, there's a guy called TarotStache. Sarah, Soul of Avalon. Hi, I'm glad you made it. Rossi, Diane G, Tropical Empress. Liz in Awe is in Cozumel in the path of a hurricane. So let's pray for her because that's Hurricane Beryl. They're just waiting for it to hit. I hope you're set up. T. Lynn, first into the chat. Good for you. Thank you. And Lady Silver, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are all here. We were discussing, and Joyful Journeys here. Hi, Joyful. We were discussing, focus, Linda. We were discussing, and say hello to Wanda. She's here too. She's feisty today.
Did you start Nightbot?
No, I did not. So Sarah, Soul of Avalon, you're going to have to retype your question because I was distracted. Open, all right. And set limit. Okay, let's do 10 and I'll do 8. Okay, we're doing 8 questions today because I was starting to tell you what was, we were discussing this earlier to a few more things that came up from our discussion on ethics last week, which was a terrific discussion. So amazed at you guys. It was wonderful. It was just a wonderful, wonderful discussion. You guys asked the absolute fabulousest questions.
Yes.
So one of the things that came up for me, and we're only going to do a few minutes on this, okay? Yeah. But if you have something to say, chatters, best chatters, I want to hear it. We both want to hear it. And it's about, as readers, and the best lurkers too. As readers, there are things that we see, and I know this is true for all of us because every single reader I have ever spoken to has mentioned this. There are things that we see or we become aware of, depending on your modality, that we do not feel comfortable sharing in a public chat.
Yes.
That would be more appropriate in a private chat or in a private reading, okay? A public chat is public. And let me be clear, if it's on here forever.
Correct.
Every time I twitch, every time I, and sneeze or Wanda lands on my head or whatever, that's all recorded for eternal posterity. And that means that somebody could potentially go through your questions on various chats. It's a little stalkerish, but we're all going to the same chats and figure out an awful lot about your life that you may not necessarily want to share, not just from the answers you're getting, but also from the questions you're asking. So please, be conscious of that. And there are some questions or some answers that I am very uncomfortable giving. For example, a past life where there was a great deal of domestic violence and sexual assault. I'm not comfortable putting that out on chat. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm just going to say it was a really difficult life. There, you suffered a lot. Bam.
Mhm.
Of it. You want to know more? Call me for a private reading. Email me for a private reading.
Right.
What's your take on that, Gerald?
Well, I agree. I am what you put out there is public forever. So what you want, or what do you put out there?
Yeah.
Is use some reasoning with it, because I'm not putting all of my stuff out there. That's me. Some
Yeah.
people share more freely than others, and that's fine. As a reader, I do pay attention that reading publicly, there are a lot of eyes, people watching, and so
Yeah.
for me, I do a lot of some questions. This is a sampler. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time with the
No.
readings, because we're trying to be. I mean, this is free stuff. We
Yeah,
talked about
it's
this
free.
last time. It's free.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. It's a free reading.
Yeah. And so asking the same questions as we talked about the last time,
Yeah.
Is not helpful. Shopping around for a psychic to tell you what you need to know. So I'm not a person who, I'm not going to do third-party readings. If you're
No.
asking me about something, about somebody else, and they're not in the room, I'm not going to be answering that. I'm going to be looking at some other stuff. So I think it's we pay attention to that. And as readers, one of the things that I do is I honestly I do work with my guides and my access to the Akashic Records. I work with the masters there to help give me language so that I can communicate it in a way that's going to be meaningful for the person for whom I'm reading.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. And again, remember, these are Akashic record readings. So these are different type of readings than, should I get that job? Where's that money? My romance stuff. It's different. So do pay attention to that.
Yeah, it's different and it smells different. I mean, in my head, it feels really different. It's not the same as mediumship. It doesn't feel like when I do mediumship, it doesn't feel like the same. It happens in a different place around me and inside me. And so for me, it's a completely and yeah, Lady Silver, some people do keep shopping around readers till somebody tells them what they want to hear.
Yeah.
It is sad. And it's every time you point a finger at somebody else, you got three pointing back at you when someone keeps going from reader to reader saying, no, they can't. Are you sure?
Well, and the other thing is part of that is because that is what works for me. And so what I'm saying is appropriate for me. Some people will read about that, and that's what they like to read on. Great. It's also important for people to understand. It's also important for people to understand. As a person who reads online, I watch a lot of shows, so I know the questions that are being asked multiple times, and it makes me uncomfortable. We talked about this last time.
Yeah.
It feels disrespectful for somebody to ask Linda and I a reading, and then later tonight I'm watching another show and they've asked the same question.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me feel good. It just makes me feel that that my time and my insight and my skills were not appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're used not in service to the highest good.
Yes.
Because that's what I really appreciate about our reader community, is that we acknowledge that we are serving the highest good for our chatters, for our sitters, I guess, and our querents. That's the word I was looking for. Our querents, and for humanity. That's who we're in service to. So,
well, and also I think it is a responsibility of us as people who have channels. It's our we can decide who we want to read for and who we are not going to read for, because a lot of times we do these readings in random order and we don't get to everyone. It's sorry, but we have a limited amount of time, so we try to do our best.
Yeah. Oil painter. Hi, Diana. I'm glad you're here, because I'm I'm quoting you on some of this. It's hard to feel appreciated and relieved. And I me personally, appreciated. Yeah, I know I'm appreciated. I'm much more concerned that I respect myself, that I can respect myself while I'm doing this, and having someone go around the circle and ask everybody the same question. It feels really disrespectful to me, to other readers, and just, don't do it. Okay, you guys, you really are shooting yourselves in the foot. We talked about this.
And don't be asking the same question over and over again, because what I've actually done is I've been a guest on some shows, and even on my own shows, if I've read for somebody and I've answered that question previously, I've said, well, I've read for this person on this question before, so I'm going to let somebody else answer it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's an excellent that's an
excellent. Diana's driving.
Yeah. Okay, so we're not going to talk about you, Diana.
Well, I will.
Maybe this is the best time. Maybe this is the best time she can't reply.
Yes.
Brilliant. Of course. Absolutely.
There you go.
T. Lynn says, as a general curiosity, if there's time, wait a second, let me just put that up here. When and if people's spiritual gifts evolve, is that negotiated in the soul contract or fall under free will? Well, I think it's a little bit of both, a little from column A, a little from column B. What do you think, Gerald?
As a general curiosity of time, when, if people's spiritual gifts evolve, is that negotiated at the soul contract or fall under free will? I like how you've said, it's a little from A and a little from B. Some people don't believe in free will. They don't think that there is free will. I think that part of it is there are opportunities to develop gifts. It's whether or not the individual shows up and does the work necessary to develop those skills. Yeah. Because, and the universe will provide so many opportunities to develop those skills. However, if you're not using those opportunities, that's a missed opportunity for you. So it can be challenging. So,
yeah. And whether you take advantage of those opportunities or not is absolutely a function of your free will.
Yep.
It's just set up for you, and you can do it or not do it, and that's your free will. And don't forget, our spiritual gifts, they're always with us. Like, we're all born with them. Mm-hmm. We're all born intuitive. We're all born. Some parts of those gifts are stronger than others. Okay, so you may have stronger clairaudience or clairvoyance, or skills. But the development of those skills, you have them. Whether you choose to develop them or not is a question of your free will. Um, a lot of people don't even believe, never mind, they don't believe they have free will. They don't believe they have spiritual gifts. Oh, that's just a bunch of nonsense, all that psychic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
So there's somebody that's not going to be developing them unless there's a lightning strike,
Yeah. Tropical Empress in Spirit, whose name I have forgotten, asked a question a little bit ways down under that. And Gerald, I do agree with you and understand being respectful. But I guess as readers, we all perceive information differently, and the strength of our abilities is different too. And maybe that's why people will ask some questions to other readers. I understand, and you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Different readers have different skill sets.
Yeah.
And they're good with particular types of questions. I completely understand that. And so I'm using a gross generalizations.
Yes.
And the nuances. So I think it's great when people, they develop a rapport and a relationship with readers, like people who are watching right now.
Yeah.
You've come back or you've just joined us. And I hope we help and we can offer you some insights.
Yeah.
So,
and Lady Silver brings up an excellent point. Readers as humans put their own spin on things. I can tell you for myself, Lady Silver, that one of the hardest, well, it's not all that hard. It just requires discipline from me. It requires discipline and self-awareness. And that is to distinguish between what I'm being told or shown or information that I'm receiving and my opinion or my judgment on that. Okay? Because anything that comes from spirit will be loving, neutral. Okay? Spirit is never going to say, you had a really crappy life. On the other hand, because spirit doesn't do that. Spirit's just going to show me, the masters are just going to show me what happened. Me, Linda's going to look at that and go, oh my God, I can't say that in a public chat. Okay. So I'm going to say, and this is where, this is the interface where I have to be, or the shoreline where I have to be really careful not to modify the message, but to convey it in a way that's appropriate to the venue, which is eternally public forevermore, amen, and the audience. So, So,
and each reader does that differently.
Yeah.
Because I am the kind of person who, depending upon the type of reading that I'm doing, I will actually say sometimes that was a really crappy life.
Yeah.
But that's
that.
me. And so there's nuances to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a tough life. That was a crappy life. You went through a lot of suffering. I'm not going to say anything much more detailed than that, because you don't need to know.
It's not appropriate at this time for you to know it in a public setting, perhaps in particular. So
especially in a public setting. Okay. It's Tropical Empress says she appreciates all readers who give their time and energy, and it takes a lot out of readers. Well, I'll be honest, for myself, I'll just step over Gerald here. For myself, reading from the Akashic Records, I don't feel I don't feel particularly drained. Now, mediumship and psychic readings, I feel drained. And I need a long nap. But after it's just an excuse, right? I just like having long naps. But reading the Akashic Records, no, it's not draining at all. It's absolutely actually quite invigorating in a lot of ways. Yeah. I find myself buzzing after. How about you, Gerald? How do you see a difference between your tarot and your Akashic readings?
Not necessarily. When I do readings, I get a lot of energy around that. I greatly enjoy it. It invigorates me. It feels very connected.
Yes.
So I don't necessarily get tired. I will oftentimes take a nap after readings. I will do it because that helps me ground. So
Me
that's one
too.
of my things. So
Having something to eat and having some water, and because mostly I drink water. I gave up well, I didn't give up drinking coffee. I still drink coffee, but mostly only when I go out. I don't make it for myself anymore. I used to drink 6 cups a day. What an addict I was, and I don't know how I stopped, honestly. Hi, Akila. Hi, Get Through, and Erin O'Nugent. So happy to see you here. She's wolfing down some tacos. Well, okay, talk about grounding.
I'm having tacos after this.
Are you? I'll have
Yes.
to check and see what today's menu is. Let me see. What am I having today? I'm having creamy one-pot pasta with some creamy garlic mushrooms. Oh, doesn't that sound good?
Yum.
I've had them both. They're very tasty. That's why they're on tonight's menu. Big surprise, right?
Well, and I think it's one of those things that and I don't know about you, Linda, but as I'm doing more and more readings, I fine tune my ability to connect with my readings and the type of readings that I'm doing. I do a lot of different readings: Akashic Records, tarot, mediumship, past life stuff. It's one of those things that each time I do it, I learn and I take something away.
Yeah.
So, and I am a different reader than I was last year at this time.
I'm a different reader than I was last month.
Well, I was going to say last week, but
Last week too. No, that's true too. That's equally true. Or even like Tuesday, I'm a different reader today than I was Tuesday when Viviani and Diana and I were on together. So, so okay, we've got our 8 questions, and we're 20 minutes in. So I think we're good. And oh, Erin, aren't you sweet? Happy belated Canada Day, and a happy 4th of July to all of you Americans in the chat.
And the UK is currently, I think the election, the polls just closed. So I think they're closing soon. So.
Ooh, okay.
So.
Okay, T. Lynn, I can see you're already in the queue. Your message has been updated. Okay, good. You're all right. Your position number 6. Okay, fine. Yeah, joyful journey. I don't know, but you know what I'll do? Why don't I get Nightbot to tell us who's all in the queue? Who ate? Oh, it's going on now. BJ is in the UK.
Okay.
So it's going on now. We have a light worker is number 1, followed by Lady Silver, Soul of Avalon, Cheryl, Carl Hees, T. Lynn, BJ, and Erin O'Nugent. The Labour Party's winning. Well, that's not the Tories, right? That's not like, what's his name? Nigel Farage, is it?
I believe this is the way many people I know want it to go.
So. Oh, Labour landslide, she said, or they say. Sorry, BJ. Although that is a woman's photo, so perhaps I'm not.
One other thing that I want to say before I think it's important is as readers, it is important to have a routine before you start reading.
Oh,
and
go ahead.
Up with that. There you go. As readers, it's important for us to have a routine so we can get into that connection, and making sure that if you're reading, you're doing the things that are best for you. I, before alive, cannot eat a lot because when I'm reading, because it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. I'm not a person who I'm not going to be imbibing or drinking anything, any substances, because that does not help me with my connection.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I have I have overnight oats for breakfast every single day because I'm a creature of habit and I enjoy it and I don't have to think about it. And um, and so I'll have that in the morning, and then I don't eat again until after the readings, until after the shows or the readings or whatever I'm doing. So it'll be supper time before I eat again, but I'm not hungry. All right. So don't feel sorry for me. I abstain from intoxicants for a minimum. I'm not huge on it anyway. I've been sober nearly my entire life. And so it's not like I have bottles of hooch sitting in my cupboard just waiting. So I stay away from that because it feels different to me. I find that I feel foggier and less sharp and less grounded in a kind of a way, but also less connected. So I'm sort of like just sort of floating there in the middle. Anyway, never mind. So that's what I do for myself. And I like to prepare for a reading. I do grounding and mostly just make sure that I'm calm and peaceful. And I don't really need to meditate, I found out. So I don't make myself do that anymore if I don't. I mean, it's nice, like, but it doesn't have anything to do with reading. Okay.
Yeah. It's
So
just something that's helpful for you.
well,
In
it's
general.
helpful for me to meditate just to calm my mind so I can be aware of the information that's coming in. I don't need, and I'm not sure if this is true for everybody. Like, you guys will have to figure it out for yourselves. But for me, the meditation just helps me perceive more clearly because my mind is calm. It's not necessary to connect. The connection's going to happen. It's going to happen through my imagination, my creativity channel, and the stillness within me just helps me perceive it.
Yep.
So that's why. Okay. Just let me. Okay, questions are closed now. Do you remember? Did I set the questions for 10 or 8?
I thought you set them for 8, but
I
it looks
think
like
so
there
too.
might
I
be.
see a number 9 there, so I'm going to
All right,
close
well,
the questions now.
yeah.
I'm
And
going to.
you'll probably want to remove the banner.
Yeah, questions are closed. Let me just get rid of this banner so that. There we go. Okay. Okay, so let's. Teelan says, the longer I practice meditation, the quicker I am able to calm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it really helps you. It really, really helps you just to calm yourself and be more aware of what's going on inside of you, which is what reading is all about. Really, yes. Reading is all about what's going on inside your head.
Yep.
So let's see. So we have, just making sure I got the cursor in the right place so I don't desaparecido you. My Duolingo is going very well. Thank you kindly.
I'm impressed.
I was married to a Chilean man for like 14 years. So I did learn Spanish at night school. And these sessions with Duolingo are mostly a refresher. I'm enjoying it.
Were you going to be, or were we going to be breathing or anything?
And saying the opening prayer?
I'm just asking.
No, you're absolutely right. And thank you for reminding me, because do you know, I rely a lot on visual cues. And instead of having this in front of me, I had inadvertently put it beside me, so I didn't know it was there. So it doesn't exist. Welcome to the world of ADD, folks. If you don't see it, it doesn't exist.
Wow.
Sad but true. I don't see my kids. They don't exist. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
If I didn't have my parrots in front of me, I wouldn't even think about them either. No, I'm kidding. That's just absolutely not true. My avian overlords would never let me forget. So today, let's do the same things that let's do the same breathing exercise that we did together last week, okay? Because I really liked how that felt.
It's very nice, yes.
And yeah, and I think that it helps us all to really just sort of ground and be within our own selves and sort of mush our energies together. So it's a deep breath in all the way down to the bottom of your lungs. Fill them up as full as you can. Hold it at the top just for, a little bit. I don't know. Do your own count. And then maybe a count of 3. I don't know. And then let it go. No need to be uncomfortable and hold it until you're like ready to explode. There's no need for any of that stuff. This is all about gentle. Okay. So in through your nose, out through your mouth. And this goes for you too, Wanda. Hold it. Let it go. And then in. Let it go. Last one. Wow, I love how that feels. That is so cool. Oh, Diana, she says, if you don't see it, it doesn't exist. That's exactly how a bird thinks. Well, we're close for a reason. We think very much in similar ways. Okay. And now for the prayer. We are surrounded by the pure white light of divine source. We ask Archangel Michael to protect and guide us, and we call forth all of our angels, guides, beings of light, and Akashic Records masters to assist us now to receive information of the highest truth, highest frequency of light and love, allowing us to receive exactly what we need for our greatest good and the greatest good of humanity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now I'm going to read the key. We open ourselves to the light, and with this light, we open ourselves to our truth. And with this light, we open ourselves to our soul's purpose. And with this light, we open ourselves to be guided towards our highest good and the highest good of all in divine love. And so, this group, consisting of the people present now, those who will join us later, and those who will watch at a later time, are given the truth to best serve them on their healing journey into the love and acceptance that is most beneficial for them in this moment. I'm going to read silently for a minute. And with this light and guidance, we unlock the energy field of this group to receive the records of their souls.
So Morpi.
Oh. The first person in the queue, sorry, Nightbot, your grammar sucks sometimes. What is blocking me from getting a job in my field of research? Thank you. Do you have anything to say about that, Gerald? I'm not getting a lot.
I'm a light worker. I'm wondering if perhaps if you're looking specifically at Akashic Records and past life stuff, I'm wondering if there is a God, they're being really loud about it for me. It feels like are you sure that that's what you want to do? Because it has a sense of it it can move from that excitement of doing the research to the drudge of having to do all of the research requests and writing the research reports. And it's taking you away from the joy in what it is. So I'm also that's part of what I'm wondering. And if I don't know what type of research you're doing in your field of research. I don't know what that is, but I'm curious as if it's in the right field, or there's some nuance around it, is part of what I'm hearing, a light worker. If you could let me know if that makes any sense to you. I'm not exactly sure. So,
Light worker, I heard really loudly, and it was and also printed across my field of vision in like 72 point Times New Roman, gratitude. So I'm not sure how that applies to you. I they're being okay. Just be clear with me, please. You know. Okay. You're operating from a place of wanting, and that's getting in your way. That's blocking some energy from reaching you, some positive energy from reaching you, because you're going, I want. And so the universe is saying, oh, you like want, here, have some more. And so you're going to want some more. Okay. Because the universe can be sometimes like that. And well, all the time, actually. So if you operate from a position of, oh, I'm so grateful I have, look at this, I got peanut butter sandwich. Isn't that awesome? It's going to be so good. Oh, I'm making
working on that gratitude. Yeah.
Yeah. Work on the gratitude, because gratitude drives abundance. I know that to the very marrow of my bones. And the better you can embody and express gratitude. And it's not enough to just say, oh yeah, I'm grateful that I have this. I'm grateful for the water that I drink. Like, you have to really feel it. So drill down into the basics of what you are truly grateful for in your life. Is it your friends? Is it the fact you have a roof over your head? Is it the fact that you have an education? All of those things that you can actually feel the gratitude for, not just say the words, because that's not good enough for the universe. Because don't forget, feeling the want is what's stopping you. So feel the gratitude to get yourself moving. It really makes a huge difference in how your life will progress. Pardon me. It will make a huge difference. Well, first of all, you'll feel much better. You feel, as a person, like just as a human being, you feel so much better operating from a place of gratitude. It makes you happier. It makes you just more joyful and content and more positive. And that feeds on itself. Okay. So yeah. So gratitude, that's what they're telling me in no uncertain terms and in great big poster sized letters. So I hope that helps you, a light worker. Yeah, I hope that helps you.
Yeah, I do too.
Because I know it sounds like a really heartless thing to say when you're in a position of needing to say, be more grateful. That's kind of like an ass backwards way of blaming the victim, right?
Yeah.
And that's absolutely not what's going on. I promise you. That's absolutely not what's going on. You're welcome, a light worker. Okay. Oh, yeah. Watch that cursor, Linda, not just the one in your mouth.
I was just waiting to disappear from the screen.
Poof.
Poof.
Oh, speaking of which, it's Lady Silver. Poof is part of her name. With message, what was the lesson I was supposed to learn from my spy days? I didn't know I was a spy. Well, I mean, what was the lesson you were supposed to learn? Okay, I got to be honest, like, the lesson of that lifetime. What was the lesson of that lifetime? I'm getting that it was loyalty and betrayal. That was something you were exploring. So, Gerald, you go ahead, because that's all I got.
Well, I'm, that was a really clear and quick message.
It just jumped in my brains as soon when
I will be honest with you. I'm a chatterbox, not a confidant. And okay, so I am also getting a similar feel, because you got to learn who to trust, who not to trust, and when to trust what is being said and what being true, because everything changes. And it's part of this fluidity of it. And I actually think you learned it. You're learning from it. You're applying the things that you know now, that you're experiencing, because you're paying attention to when things shift. It's new information, so then you reassess. It is about that balance, Silver.
Yeah. And also, being a chatterbox doesn't mean that you don't hold confidences. Okay, it doesn't. It's a confidant is someone that for me at least is someone that I can go to and tell my deepest, darkest stuff to, and I know that they won't repeat it. At least they won't repeat it and reveal my name. I know somebody who, okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it really feels like you're accessing what it is that you had experiences with, and you're learning how to balance it, Silver.
Yeah. It's about handling information, handling sensitive information, and handling and who to trust with it and how to trust them and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah.
It is also about how to switch what you're doing. So it's how to switch things up. And, the word pivot is coming to my mind. It's how do you pivot? So, and you're doing that, Linda. I mean, Lady Silver. Sorry, Silver. I saw the L. I was not connected.
That's all right. Listen, neither of us, all you chatters understand that neither of us is like fully
present.
Yeah, thank you. That's the word. Neither of us is fully present right now. So we're going to be saying some things that seem very silly, but actually in the context of what's going on in ourselves, it makes perfect sense. So I hope that helps you, Lady Silver. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, that was powerful message, which tells pivot or pirouette. Yeah, well, I don't know. So
Pierrette's not here. I would have seen her show up.
No, she says pivot or pirouette, as in dance. She's being funny. She's doing a play on words.
Okay, I never heard of a dance called a pirouette.
I'm mispronouncing it, but Linda, this isn't a time when you can laugh, because
I know. Fun. Okay, all right.
I'm poking at you, Linda. The teacher's
I
looking.
know,
Laugh.
because
It's okay.
I'm listening and going, what the hell is this? I don't understand. Just being too literal. Okay, fine, me being silly. Sarah has a question. Can you please advise on health? 2 cards. So Gerald, if you can pull 2 cards for her. I'm 2 weeks off alcohol. Ooh, good for you,
Congratulations.
girlfriend. Good for you.
Congratulations.
Pirouette. Oh, thank you, Madam Maruda. Pirouette, pivot or pirouette. Now that makes perfect sense. Yes, yes,
This is
yes.
why the best chatters are present.
Oh my God. Thank you, Maruda. Mwah. Big hugs. Mwah, mwah.
For
Now,
entertainment purposes only.
now I don't feel like a complete goof.
No, no,
Thank
no.
you. Oh, there's never a bad time for ballet. It's always a good time. Okay. Yes, may the 4th be with us all, Diana. Thank you. She's at her destination,
Excellent.
although her full destiny is yet to come. I love the way you think, Diana, honestly. Okay. Advice on health. You go ahead and pull the cards, and I'll unless you want me to go first.
No, I'll pull a couple of cards, and this is Sarah, you said?
Yes.
Well, the first 2 weeks you have been so motivated. This is the Queen of Wands. You've been motivated. You've been inspired. You're doing it. Nothing is going to stop you. You know, and that. You know, the next card is the 8 of Pentacles. This is where you start working really hard at keeping off of it. This is the first part of it is, you know, 2 weeks is one thing, 3 weeks is another. It can be a bit more challenging when you go into 8 weeks. It's challenging. So keep remembering this is a process.
Yeah.
That's what I have for you. And congratulations for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations. Because that's not an easy thing to do.
No.
No changing any kind of habit is difficult to do.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of help and support around you from family members. I see an older woman, I guess your grandmother, I'm not sure. Could be an aunt, but I think your grandma. And a couple of other older women as well that you may not have known in this life. They're ancestors. And they're around you, and you can call on them for help. I don't know their names. Okay, I'm sorry. I just don't. Your guides, you have extra. Oh, you've got 3 extra guides during this time. That just fell into my head. You've got 3 extra guides. Again, don't ask me their names. People don't have names on the other side. You can call them, you know, Larry Cohen, Larry, Moe, and Curly if you want, because, you know, that's fine. And they are specifically assigned to assist you through this. So you can ask them for help. Your birth angel is really happy because it's their job to keep you alive on this planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're making their job easier. And so they're happy and are available for help as well. And I see another light being, not an, well, maybe, is that an angel? It's a light being. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's an angel. I think it's just like a really highly evolved soul, like maybe like Gandhi or someone like that, or the Buddha, or Yeshua, Jesus. Some very, very highly evolved human being is there with you, like as we're talking right now. Sarah is there with you, helping you and supporting you in this. So what they're telling me is this is a really important step for you to take, that this step will have I got the chills. That this step will have immeasurable positive effects on your life. That that you will grow exponentially as a result of this,
Mm.
and stand in your power. I have huge, like my skin is trying to crawl
I
off
can
my
feel
back.
it here.
It's almost painful.
Mhm.
It's almost painful. So, good step forward, Sarah, Soul of Avalon. I would say, yes, the universe is aligned on your side, girlfriend.
Yeah, and Sarah said, "Yay, 3 guides and a light beam. I feel like this will change my whole trajectory."
Yes,
And it,
yes, it
and
will.
it, and it
Absolutely.
will. And one of the things that Sarah had mentioned is just like, this is especially challenging during patio season. Here's
Oh,
what you can do is change your approach to patio season.
yeah.
It's not a chance to get drink while you're with people. It's an opportunity for you to be with people and to connect with them at a different level and to do something rather than just sitting around and looking at the fire pit or watching the kids play in the sprinkler. It's an opportunity for you to play in the sprinkler. So,
Oh, that'll be fun for you.
so
The other thing,
change your approach.
as a pretty much lifelong teetotaler up until very recently, I can tell you that when I lived in the North, I used to go to the Legion on Friday nights because they had a DJ. It was the only place in town that had one. And I would drink um, uh, soda water with lime juice in it, and they'd hang a slice of lime on the side so it didn't look so non-alcoholic.
Sure.
But like everybody in town knew that I didn't drink alcohol, and I had random people coming up and sampling and going, "I don't understand how you're having fun without any booze. I mean, this is just water." And I'm going, "Well, yeah, of course, because I don't drink." And this was the first experience they'd had of somebody partying without, alcohol. So there, you can choose to just drink soda and don't, go to the patio things, but don't let the contents of your glass be the focus of your attention. I
Nicely
guess what I'm
said.
just like,
Nicely said.
you're there to have fun.
Yeah.
And it can be a lot of fun being the only sober person with a bunch of drunks, but at other times it can be really unpleasant. So you'll have to use your own judgment. I trust you to do that. You know what you're doing.
Well, and
Okay.
I also think it's nobody's business what's in your glass.
Yep.
So don't mention it. You know what's in your glass.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they stay out of it. Boom.
Yeah. 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 I was in a specific situation, so I never minded that people did that. Madame Maru says perhaps the best known patron saint for addiction is Saint Maximilian. I never heard that. Raised
Wow.
Catholic. How about you? You're raised Catholic too.
Uh-huh. But I didn't know about Archangel Maximilian.
No, Saint Maximilian. He
Saint
was human.
Maximilian.
He
Sorry.
wasn't an angel. Okay, so there's some questions going on about what's a birth angel, what's a guardian angel, birth angel, interchangeable terms. Okay, they're assigned to us at birth. Their basic job is to guard us and make sure that we stay alive until our appointed time, or an exit point that we can choose, because sometimes we can choose when we leave. And their job is to try to help us stay alive.
Yeah.
But they're also available for other tasks like finding parking spots.
Yeah.
And finding where I put my glasses.
You're wearing them right now, Linda.
Oh no, I'm talking about my other glasses, my up close glasses. Yeah, these are my computer glasses. Okay, so I hope that helped. That was a heck of a message, Soul of
That
Avalon.
was
I
great.
really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for asking, and thank you for trusting us with that. And I wish you a heart full of love on your journey,
Absolutely.
reader.
Yeah.
So Yeah, because that takes a lot of guts.
Yep.
What you're doing.
Ooh, she asked for next, and I didn't disappear.
I know, I'm getting better, right? Sometimes.
I am totally
Occasionally.
impressed.
I know, me too. I couldn't believe it. It's Cheryl. Okay. Whoops. No, I bet you I. Oh, T Lynn, I found my glasses in the bathroom. I found them like in my bed, under my pillow. Never mind. I just find them in the oddest places, on the stove. Yeah, yeah. Cheryl wants to know, did I have a past life in hypnosis, and is it the right work for me? Okay, so let me rephrase that question, and you tell me if I have it, if I am correct or not. Okay, so Cheryl, I hope you're here. She wants to know if if she had a past life where she used hypnosis, like working with people using hypnosis, and is that the right work for her now? Let's see. Madame Maru says, no issue of ours is too insignificant for angelic assistance. I know, they're just dying to help us, no matter how frivolous the trivial the question is. It's amazing. Okay, so she says I'm right. Okay, so let's see.
So I'm getting images of you were helping people grieve using hypnosis. You were helping them get through challenging times and to help them to get out of the blahs. So when they were not able to see things as they truly were, and you were okay at it, is now the time for you to do it. I think it could be an appropriate time for you, especially with if you can find if it is part of a larger, if it's part of a holistic sense of well-being for people, so that it's part of it to help support. I'm not sure if that makes any sense, Cheryl, but this is this idea of you can definitely be part of it. I think it could work for you. I think there's great opportunities to do that. I keep getting the sense that it's a good opportunity to be part of a team. And you're bringing the hypnosis, somebody else is bringing the acupuncture, somebody's bringing other energy work, then you have Western approach to the medicine.
First Thursday of the month, it's fire alarm time.
So
either we have a hard deadline, or we have ouch, the fire alarm. Relax, you guys. It's fire drill, okay? It's the monthly fire testing. It'll be over in like another 30 seconds. I'm sorry. Go ahead, please, Gerald.
I was just thinking, Cheryl, does that make sense? To you? Because yes, it feels very much like you could do that if it's part of it. You could be part of a team, and you don't have to be in the same building. You get that, Gerald? Okay, just making sure. It doesn't mean that you have to be in the same building. It's just somebody who is using the services needs to understand that everything is working together. So
yeah, part of a team. Yeah, I got a very different. I was actually just looking at a past life, and I got a shaman life. I see you. I see you as you're in Alaska, maybe, or maybe Siberia. I'm not entirely sure. It could be Mongolia too. Somewhere cold where people wear furs, and well, anywhere in northern Canada, or outside of Vancouver, pretty much anywhere in Canada half the year. but this isn't I don't recognize, well, I don't know everything, so who cares if I recognize it. It's you're a shaman. You're in a tribe of about 40, 50 people. You're living in skin huts. They're built up. Okay, so this is the Arctic. They're built up with sod and bones and covered over with skins. So that's I recognize that from archaeological digs in Alaska and I believe also Siberia. So yeah, you're a very important part of the community. You're the healer. You assist the midwife. Midwives, you don't do actually, you're a male in this life. The midwives are kind of, they're women's magic. And they don't tolerate you stepping on their turf at all. So you can dance and chant and sing outside the hut of where there's birth, where some woman is birthing, but you don't step over that threshold because that's women's magic and you are strictly forbidden from that.
Yep.
They have their own rituals, they have their own magics you don't know anything about. But you're a lot of what you do is hypnosis. I mean, it has the effect of hypnosis. Let me put it that way. Okay. It has the effect of hypnosis. There's the kind of self-hypnosis. You put yourself in a trance with the chanting, but then the whole tribe does that because you gather around the fire on special occasions. There's like, for whatever reason, I don't know, the way the stars are aligned or something, I don't know, but occasions where the entire tribe dances and chants together and people go into trances. And they're very powerful energy manipulators, this tribe. Okay, I'm getting big chills. They're very powerful energy manipulators. They heal themselves. And the dancing and the chanting that you do manipulates their energy to heal them as well. Your tribe has a reputation of being really lucky because you always find the animals you're looking for. You always find animals to eat, I should say. Your hunts are successful.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Anyway, yeah. So that's you may have had other lives using hypnosis, but that's the one that I was shown, and so that's the one I'm sharing with you. Cool lifetime, hard work for the people in that tribe, because I mean you can imagine you're living with. I didn't see a lot of metal. I don't know if they had any or not. They were using bone and stone and fur. And it didn't look like there was anything woven. So this may have been a few hundred years ago, or it may have just been pre-World War II, who knows?
Yeah.
But there you are. That was fun. Thanks, Cheryl.
Yeah, thank you, Cheryl.
So it sounds like the whole hypnosis thing is a good fit for you. It sounds like it's something that you're comfortable with and that you know how to use and know how to work. So
yeah. And Cheryl did mention in the chat after I read for her, it's a complementary approach. Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah. Lady Silver says, cave person, shaman. These people weren't living in caves. They were living in huts that are built up from sod and with like ribbing over the top. Some of it's bone and skin over top of that, and then sod again over top of that. So it's not a cave like a rocky cliff with caves in it. Okay, it's a shelter. It's built. It's a built shelter. So, okay. So put the cursor in the comment box and go for next. Thanks, Cheryl. That was fun to read.
And by the way, everybody, please like and subscribe so that you you don't miss any information, any upcoming shows.
Yeah. Yes, and be sure to subscribe to TarotStache, because he does some really interesting stuff with people. Oh, and I should tell you all, coming up, I need to get my calendar because I don't have any brains right at the moment. They're just like all fell out. On the next week, I don't have a guest. You're just going to be stuck with me and 10 questions. On the 18th, Pixie, and on the 25th, I'm so excited. Jonathan Daly is going to be here.
Nice.
Jonathan is writing a book about using tarot in past lives readings.
Very exciting.
I'm really excited to see about how that works out, because that's going to be so much fun to explore. There will be a discussion. I'm not going to say an interview. I'm just going to ask him a bunch of questions.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Because it's fascinating to me. All right. And of course, every Tuesday, Akashic Adventures with my sisters, Viviani and Diana. What have you got coming up?
I have tomorrow, I'm doing yes/no readings with Thomas and Hershey. On Saturday morning, I have a Saturday at 12 Eastern. I have an update with Purple Elephant Deb H.
Yes.
And Tarot Ask Backwards and I are doing readings with the Visions of Life Tarot. And then I've got some really good shows coming up next week. So please like and subscribe. They're going to be exceptional shows.
Yes.
So.
Yes. I've already got notifications up for them, except for the one that's at 8 o'clock in the morning. I may just stay awake all night for that one.
Which one's coming up at 8 o'clock in the morning? That's crazy.
Or 9 o'clock, something like that. I'd have to look now.
That may be Deb on Saturday.
Oh, yes, it is Deb on Saturday. That's right.
You can always watch the replay.
Well, I will. It's just, hang on. Madame Maru says she just researched a past life with the Evenki. The Evenki, also known as the Evenks, are a Tungusic people of North Asia. Yes, the Evenki, yes. They're the indigenous of Russia. They have shaman. Yeah. Yes, I would like to have Deb H as well as a guest. And I will when she's like,
You can always ask her.
I can always ask her. I was going to say,
she's an adult. She can tell you no.
When she can.
Or she can say, yeah. So.
Yeah. Let me put that on my list too of emails. Hang on. Yeah, because I think that would be an interesting combination as well. Okay. So Carl wants to know, does the attorney not have money? That's why he's not replying. Will my team hear from him? Okay. So Carl, you've been asking this question like you were on Akashic Adventures asking about this for at least 2 weeks now. You've had answer after answer after answer. You've had some really good advice from people about invoicing, about sending letters, about all the rest of it. I don't know if you've actually done any of that. It doesn't matter whether the attorney has money or not if you're not doing what you can and should to defend your own interests.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I'm sorry to be so tough with you. However, so he doesn't help when we can't reach the attorney. So stop phoning and start sending registered letters or a courier or something. And yeah, I'm not even gonna, yeah. I'm seeing that the attorney has lots of money. He just can't be bothered with you. Okay. He thinks that, oh, who cares? What's he going to do? And because he knows you're not going to take him to court, but you can annoy the hell out of him and send him letters and take him to, okay, you're not in the US. I don't know if your country has small claims court or collections agencies. All right. So follow the process for collections, whether it's to court or an agency or whatever. But you have avenues of relief that are open to you that you're not taking. So,
And
yeah.
I don't have any suggestions because I'm at a dead end. You're at a dead end, and this person's not accessible to you because you've got to go through a go-between. If you're go-between, talk to them. But I don't have anything else to add. And I think the only other thing I would, what I would say, and this may be Gerald's opinion, perhaps it's time to move just move on to something else, because your team isn't going to hear from them. They haven't heard from them. And if the team is bugging you, as you said, and he's not making connections, then tell your team what you've done. See if they have any other ideas. But I don't really have no way to get to him. Joey, who's not answering, and my team's bugging me. You need to tell them what you're doing, and then find out if they have any other options. And if you don't, then I'm sorry, I don't have any other advice.
Most countries have law societies or bar associations, something like that, whatever they're called, central registries of attorneys. If he is in good standing as an attorney, then he will be registered with your country or province or state as an attorney, and they will have an address for him. If not, you can send a complaint saying, Joe Schmuck has owed me X amount of money since so-and-so, will not answer my calls. Please, can you help me? I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You can do that, but honestly, if that doesn't work, then let go. Gerald's right. You don't even know his real name. How the hell are you doing business with that guy? With anybody?
I would say whosever name you have, for entertainment purposes only, whosever name you have, you work with, you talk with them. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to offer any other insight. So
yeah, I'm not getting anything other than you have avenues that are open to you, and yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not getting any. There's nothing spiritual about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
there's nothing Akashic Records or psychic or medium or anything about this. It's a purely business issue. And start doing business with better people.
Certainly.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Carl, but you got to start doing business with better people. Okay. Carefully. Do not disappear, Gerald. No, don't apologize, Carl. It's just that this isn't we're not business consultants, right? And this is purely a police detective. That's excellent. Yeah. But he's not in the he's not in the he's not in North America. So I don't know what police corruption is like in his country. It's always an issue in certain countries.
All right. So we have T. Lynn. Extremely strong presence of deceased father, son, astral travel. A message or puzzle for me.
So T-Lin, can I just relay my interpretation of this just so I can be really clear?
Yes.
So when you astral travel, T-Lin, this is what my understanding is. When you go astral traveling, and by the way, I'm so jealous if you can do that voluntarily. You feel the extremely strong presence of your father and your son while you're astral traveling. Is that correct? Hi, Jonathan. Okay, T-Lin says that's right. Okay. A message or a puzzle for me? I don't think so. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't step over you, Gerald. I
Go
apologize.
ahead, finish your thought. No memory of what
just wakes up
overheated and
overheated
exhausted.
and exhausted. Yeah, I know that feeling. Okay, so they just want to be with you. They just want to hang out with you. There's no big, it's like they just want to hang, girl. They're and you are communicating with them. So whatever messages they have, they're able to communicate them to you while you're in that state of astral traveling together. So it's not really a puzzle. It's not that deep. They just want to hang out with, they like being with you, and they're there to support you and to give you advice if you want, to answer your questions, and like sit around on the patio and travel to Series B and
well, I'm getting a slightly different spin on this for you.
Okay.
T-Lin. I'm actually getting it's both.
Oh yeah, okay.
You need to be playing with it. It's both. If you have a sense of if you have a strong presence of a deceased father or son when you astral travel, no memory of the night travel, not getting messages from them. I get that. It feels very much T-Lin like, and I mean this, with from a supportive standpoint. Perhaps this is to get you curious and to get you to start to understand how you can work with the astral travel. This is could be the puzzle. Well, who is that? Why would they be talking to me? I think it's so it's just like it's an interesting thing. So
that is.
So I think and I think Tila and I may have done something with this question. I don't know if it was last time, but if you're waking up and you're okay, it's all right. Just get curious about it. Don't obsess about it, because that's going to make it even harder. It's like the finger puzzle for monkeys, finger puzzle. The harder that you try to pull against it, the harder, the harder it is for you.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just sort of go, I wonder what that's about.
Yeah.
Wonder what that's about. Because it feels this is a direction aspect for you, it feels like. It's leading you to something else. It's leading you to some more connection. So
yeah. This is definitely, I'm getting that this is definitely part of your development. This is definitely some growth is happening within you, and they're there encouraging you, but it's not like a classroom where you're sitting with, like I spend a lot of my nights doing, apparently. It's not a classroom where you're sitting and absorbing information. You're just being together, and they're imparting the information to you very naturally and very organically and very comfortably for you to be able to absorb it and integrate it. And yes, sorry, go ahead.
T-Lin has said, am I just confused with all this happening at once? Is this the norm for others coming into their gifts?
There is no normal, T-Lin.
There is no normal, but there is what I'm feeling, and now they're getting pushy. You're trying to get your footing. And that's a natural thing. this is how you're experiencing it. And I think it's one of those things that I think it could be a really powerful thing for you. I'm glad you're curious about it. And
Yeah.
I know people have suggested, oh, talk to them and all that stuff. You're confused.
Welcome to the
Perhaps you
club.
got to be okay with being confused.
Yeah.
But this T-Lin, this doesn't feel like it's a negative thing. It's more of it's an encouragement.
Yeah.
Keep doing something. So
Yeah. 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 It's they're very supportive. They're very much there to assist you and support you and help you to the next step is what I'm getting. It's okay, so so the image that I have, I'll just share this with you, okay, T-Lin? The image that I have is that you guys are walking along a road together, and you're in the middle, and there's one on each side, and they're kind of steering you around potholes, and then up a step, and then down a step, and they're pointing these out to you and going, you see that? That's this, that's the other, and then like that, okay? So it's you're just on a walk together. And they're saying, oh, look at that. Isn't that interesting? You know what this means? This means yada, yada, yada. It's all very chill, okay? It's all very loving and very very supportive, very much what I have come to expect from spirit, which is unconditionally loving and supportive. And so there's no expectation at all on you, except that they like being with you, that they love you, and they like being with you.
And
They love
T-Lin has said yes, have started feeling touched, but no dialogue with them yet. Hey, that's cool. You're progressing. It's part of the fun.
Yeah.
And so enjoy it. Get curious.
As you become more sensitive and more aware of what's going on energetically, then you can you'll get more information, and the progression will happen, I want to say, organically, naturally, just as a function of your heightened awareness and sensitivity. So
by the way, Ramon came in.
Ramon, hi.
So, and T-Lin said, had recent odd dreams of visiting deceased parents and others. Not a word spoken, just walking, enjoying each other's company. That goes back to exactly what you said, Linda.
Yeah,
that's
just
beautiful.
Hanging out together, just being together because you love each other and you like it. You like being with people. We all like being with people that we love, right? Well, it's no different in the spirit, in the world of spirit. So I hope that helps you, T-Lin. Relax.
Yeah.
This isn't like your final exams. Chill. This is a good
fun. Enjoy it. I think it sounds. I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
So
enjoy it. How lovely. I have dreams with my son. I love them.
Yeah, well, of course you do.
So okay.
Put
so
the cursor in the right place.
I just double checked that. Ramon missed a disappearing Gerald. He's been around. He's seen it before. It happens regularly. I'm so sorry. Hi, Jasmine. Welcome. I bet you have questions for them, T-Lin, and you just go right ahead and ask them. Okay, next person in the queue is, come on, Linda, show the right question, is BJ That's a sunflower. I just noticed that. Sorry. With the message, have I met the man I will have a long-term committed relationship with? Well, let me have a little drink of water here.
Oh, I should be sipping as well.
Sip, sip, everyone.
I'm going to clarify that. Have you met the man you will have a long-term committed relationship with in this lifetime already?
Oh, God, you're so smart.
So
It didn't even occur to me. Oh, yeah, of course. And I don't want to split hairs, but I guess I have to. I'm going to interpret that to be a committed, like romantic, like marriage relationship, and not a business partnership.
mm-hmm.
So you want to know if you've already met him, and the sense that I'm getting from spirit is you're still walking the path. There's some interesting things on each side, like the path of your life, right? Like I'm not saying anything esoteric here. It's just you're just walking along, doing your stuff, doing your life, living, working, eating, breathing, sleeping, that whole business. And there's some interesting, oh, there's a pretty flower. Oh, there's a pretty flower. I want to sniff that one. And just walking along, but I don't see another, I don't see that there's anybody walking next to you, which tells me that you haven't met him. At least that's how I'm interpreting this particular image. And I'm getting nods from my guide. So yeah.
So BJ has not met them?
No.
Okay, because I also got, you haven't met them yet. August, you may meet them.
Ooh.
That's because I was just like going, it's soon, 8 weeks, the month of August. Don't push it. Allow it to develop. And suddenly, now that I've said it's going to be in August, don't be looking at every person that you meet going, are you the one? Are you the one? Are you the one? Don't do that, because this is much more of a, this is much more of a, it's going to be a slow build. But your question was, have you met them? Not yet. You're 54 this month, so it would be, now like to. Great. So you're in your prime, and this person will be legal. So I mean, but but I would say I hope that makes some sense, BJ. Just that sense of it's going to be fun. It's going to be you're going to meet somebody, and there may be hand fan moment. Yes, they will be legal, and you're both consenting adults. Enjoy that. Just have to say, because but I think this is what's an important thing is there's going to be there may be that rapid hi sort of thing, but it's also going to be matched with BJ. It's going to be matched with a willingness to develop some roots. I'm dating, but obviously not yet, and have a friend for the last 3 years. Okay. So, but I'm getting this, there's a sense of balance here, especially where, this is suddenly, it's like, oh, well, hello, hi, how are you? And then it's fast and furious for all of the right reasons. And then it's let's have that fast and furious and have it grow and evolve and develop. It's actually quite nice. And so.
Yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday, girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lisa Bowles is sounds like a potentially fun encounter.
Yeah.
There you go. And for entertainment purposes only.
Absolutely. And you will be vastly entertained.
Yes, yes, you will.
Oh, and that's not my opinion, by the way. And don't forget to stay grateful, BJ. Next we have, Aaron O'Nugent. Hi, Aaron. Oh, gee. Now I'm making Aaron disappear. Poor girl. She was the one and only person that Nightbot booted because she used too many emojis. I fixed that, by the way. That doesn't happen anymore because I took out that command.
Good.
But tell me a bit about my last life. Well, honey, for me, it doesn't necessarily work like that. Sometimes I'm never sure. I'm never sure when I say I would like you to show me Aaron's last life. I'm never 100% sure that it is the last life before this one, because sometimes the time frames are so weird that it doesn't make sense with what the rest of what I know about how stuff works, which I freely admit is really not very much. But it's not logical. It doesn't make sense. And it is the spirit world, the world of the Akashic Records, the quantum field. It is logical. It has its own set of rules, but within that set of rules, it's logical. So with that, I suspect that what happens is the masters and guides tell me what you need to hear about a life, that information from a life that will be useful to you, whether it's your last life or the one before that or the day before yesterday. Who knows? But that's
because Aaron, what I was looking at is I would like to tell you about a past life that is having an impact on your current life.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So
okay, so Jasmine is asking if she got lost, but no, she's next in the queue.
Yep.
And I believe Jasmine will be the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my goodness, we're only a half hour over.
I didn't give you a hard stop.
I know you didn't. But I thought it was good to exercise a little more discipline.
Well, if I would have shut up at the beginning.
Well, no, we agreed to do that.
We did.
We agreed that. We did. So, yeah.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Robert Fierro. Hi. Hi, nice to see you here. And I just want to say one more. Oh, yeah, I can't shut up. Sorry. Madame Maru, T. Lynn says she previously thought about the experiences, but it was after she said it out loud that she began experiencing the touches. So, yes, I have heard from other people, some readers and other kind of people trying to develop themselves spiritually, that there are lots of things that helps to say out loud. And partly it's because, at least partly, if not completely, it's because it helps you focus your intention. And the spirit world works on intention.
Yes.
And gratitude, but the spirit world doesn't work necessarily on what you say, but what you say is a way of focusing your intention. So it's more likely that after you spoke it out loud, the intention was clarified for you and made with greater force. And so the energy was able to be felt by your your father and your son and whoever else you were trying to communicate with. And honestly, sometimes the touches are so subtle. Sometimes it's a breeze across your cheek. Sometimes, for me, sometimes my hair will lift, all these little wispies of, hair that I have that's trying to grow. They'll just lift, and it's very easy to miss. Very easy to miss. So yeah, breath is magic. Madam Maru, you are just so full of wisdom today. Thank you so much for being here. You are so awesome. It's so good to have you in the chat. Well, it's good to have all of you in the chat. Nana, do questions or Nina? Am I reading that correctly? Do I need my uppy closey glasses to read this? It is Nina. Nina. You can't post your question for reading because questions are closed. I'm sorry.
We're just finishing up the last two.
Yeah, we're just finishing up the last two. Maru is indeed a star.
Yep. Okay, so Aaron O'Nugent said, yes, I would ask it that way. It's like, tell me a little bit about a past life that's impacting this one. So what I have for you, Aaron, is you were a banker, and the stock market crash really impacted you greatly, is what I am hearing. This was one that you had, or there was something going on with that greatly impacted you. Because suddenly you had everything, and then you had a lot lack, like with most people, and of course now what is really important is you are trying to make sure that you, Aaron, and the people around you have what they need. You really want to provide for them. So this is it feels very much like it is important for you to be able to provide. And the struggle that is happening with that right now is you have a lot of emotions associated with it. And when you can't do the absolute best and go over the top, it really impacts you. It makes it challenging for you to stay emotionally balanced with that. So I don't know what you're getting, Linda. What are you getting?
I'm getting difficulties with money, and a lot of shame around that in the previous lifetime, and a lot of shame and a lot of grief and a lot of disappointment, very, very, very weighty, dark feelings, and very deeply, deeply felt. And I think there's some echo in your current lifetime, Aaron, around money and around shame and poverty. And I'm getting big chills. And around your self-worth as it relates to money, and around money as a reflection. Oh, okay. Money as a reflection of God's love for you, which is the prosperity gospel, and which is absolutely heretical and blasphemous. There is no world of the divines, God, source, whatever you want to call the ineffable source of all being. There is no world where materiality reflects innate worth. I mean, just look at Jeff Bezos, right?
Mhm.
Or Elon Musk. But you currently have some stuff going on inside of you about that. I don't know if you've been able to look at it, or if you're even aware of it. And maybe it's not appropriate for me to be saying this, but I'm compelled to tell you. These are aspects of yourself that need examination and clarification for your own well-being.
Mm.
And I'm also being told to remind you that gratitude drives abundance. I'm saying that a lot. I've been saying it a lot recently.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying it because I do like the sound of my own voice, as a matter of fact. But I don't like to repeat myself. And if I'm repeating myself, it's because this is a message that I'm being given for you, Aaron. Gratitude drives abundance. So find some things that you are really deeply grateful for, that you can really feel grateful for, even if it's the feeling that you get when you breathe deeply on at dawn on a summer morning when the birds are singing, and that wonderful smell in the air.
Yeah.
And how grateful and how much love you feel for Mother Earth. Yeah, do that. Even if that's it. If you can do that for like 30 seconds a day for a week, and then do it for 5 minutes, if you just, as long as you can, do it every single day, your life will transform. I promise you. Your life will transform.
Yeah.
So
Aaron said, didn't have kids because I doubted I'd be able to care for them alone. Still unstable and disappointed this go round. And then blessings of money are totally random. I get that now. And I don't think the disappointment was money related, just life related. So,
well, yeah, the blessings of money are totally random. That's right. It's like if your parents are rich, you're going to be rich, is essentially what it comes down to statistically.
Yeah.
And the other thing, Robert Fierro had a question. Well, yeah, I'm sorry, Robert, but
there will be more opportunities, Bobby.
There will be lots of opportunities. Don't worry. Next Tuesday, for example, and then next Thursday. So, but you have to show up like when we start, because
early,
yeah, you have to be here on time. Early is not necessary, but on time is, because it usually takes about 20 minutes, half an hour for the questions to fill up. And
on a slow
day. The disappointment was money related. Yeah. The disappointment was in your previous lifetime, and the disappointment was that in your soul, I guess, in your innermost being, you had committed to your family to look after them, and to you, being poor meant you couldn't look after them. Like, to you, looking after them meant having money. It didn't mean necessarily, although it didn't mean, like, you didn't have a grasp on other ways to look after, like caring, being there, being present, all of that kind of service to your family.
Yeah.
To you, it was about the money. And so when you didn't have money, then that became a very, very serious question. That was what the disappointment was. It doesn't really relate. Well, it carries over into this life, but only because of the false belief that you may or may not still have around money and your worth as a person and your value to a family. Like, your value to a family is more than a paycheck. I mean, come on. So that's for you, Aaron. What is it? I love you so much. I just want to send you a whole bunch of love from your from your angels and your guides. And I'm just feeling a huge amount of love for you, because this is a big step for you spiritually in your growth. That's what I'm being told.
Yeah.
Oh, Erin, I love that. She says, even a poor house looks rich with flowers. Oh my God.
That's true. Well
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, absolutely. It's beauty.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We have, I believe, put your cursor in the comment box.
Because I have about 15 minutes before I do have to.
Okay, well, we have one question, and then we can, say goodbye. And hold on, let me hide this.
There you go.
Jasmine wants to know, who is coming towards me in love? I'm single, 29 years. Well, honey, I'm not going to get the best for last. Yes, that's right, Jasmine. You're going to be disappointed when I tell you I don't have any names for you. Sorry. Like, I'm not getting John Smith or.
Wouldn't it be funny if they ended up meeting somebody called John Smith?
John Smith. You have to come back and tell us, Jasmine, okay? Because but weird things happen when I just open my mouth and let stuff fly. So I should just shut up now. What is coming towards you in love? Well, baby girl, what do you want? Do you set your intention and do not accept less than what you intend? Lisa wants to know if there's a collective message for today's group. I haven't done any collective messages before, but I suppose we could. If you've got anything, go ahead, Gerald, because I'm still like sort of only half tuned in.
Jasmine said, "I'm looking for a commitment." I understand what you're saying, and there's other people who are around you who are also looking for a commitment. Part of what is going on is you keep missing each other slightly, is how it feels, and haven't had the best of luck.
Okay, so she wants to settle down and have a family. Well, you're at the right time of your life for doing it, because you're at your solar return, and that's usually like age 29-ish, 30-ish, and that's usually you're feeling the effect of your Saturn return, I suspect. I don't know anything about your birthday or anything like that, but that's a common response to a Saturn return at age 29.
Mm-hmm. I think it's important for you, Jasmine, is for you to be willing to look honestly at what it is that you would like to be, what you want in a relationship, and how you want to feel in a relationship. Because then that will actually help give you some indications of that, what it can look like. And what it can feel like. So
okay, so Jasmine, I'm going to share something with you and with everybody. And Lisa, this may answer your question for a collective message. Okay, I won a reading with Sterling. I know back in March, and I had it like 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that he shared with me was how to manifest something. And so you can do this as a vision board. You can do whatever you want. You have to wait a second here. Will I get my notes so I can give you, because of course I took notes, because you can't record when you can't record readings with Sterling. Okay. Well, first of all, live what you say.
mm-hmm.
And don't let fear hold you back, and understand that when you're not living what you're not walking the walk, you're talking the talk, but you're not walking it. Understand what's holding you back. And Jesus, I wish I could read my handwriting. Okay, so in order to manifest, your vision has to be clear, concise, and consistent. You can put it on a vision board with pictures or drawings or whatever. You can write it on like whatever piece of paper, but it has to be in a place that you look at least once a day, because that reminds you and helps you focus your intention. You can set your what you want to manifest. You can say, I want a new car. I want to be living in a safe and comfortable place where I can stay forever. I want this. I want that. Just and take out the I wants. I'm sorry, I slipped up there. Say a safe and I want to be in a year or in 3 years or in 5 years, whatever your timeline is. In a year, I want in a year I will be living in a blah 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 blah. In a year, I will be driving a blah blah blah. Whatever. In a year, I will be in a healthy and solid, committed relationship, and we will start a family where a family can be created, within which a family, whatever, however you want to word it. I mean, I'm just throwing stuff out here. Put that in a place where you look at every day, on the wall in your living room, on the wall in your bathroom, your bedroom, wherever you're going to be sitting, and you can look at it at least once a day to remind yourself. It has to be clear. It has to be concise. Don't get lost in the weeds and get into all kinds of details. So it's a red car. It's a house with these bushes in the front. You can always plant bushes, and you can always repaint a car, for crying out loud. Like, really, do you care about the color? And so clear, concise, and look at it consistently. That's how to manifest from Sterling. And Jasmine says she has hopes for this connection with Nick, but things are slow. Well, that's good. I mean, that's better than being love bombed and, having somebody say, oh, I want to live with you after 3 days. I've known him since I was 12, but never ever saw him romantically till now as adults. Well, you know what? If you've been friends since you were 12, I think that speaks well for the ability to work together and to to cooperate, because wisdom of many failed relationships here. I don't want to tell you how many. It's how well you can work together. Okay. So all this stuff about dating, well, that's a lot of fun, and it's fun to go to movies and eat out and do all of that kind of stuff. It doesn't tell you anything important about the other person except how entertaining they are. And I'm here to tell you, entertainment, well, okay, sense of humor matters, but entertainment matters zero in life, in a life with another person. Go paint a fence together. Go do a project together. Work on something together. Yes. You'll see whether they have integrity. You'll see what happens when orders need to be given and they're not the one doing it. When you say, oh, do this, can you go get this? Can you go get that? Or we need to do this, we need to do that. All of that kind of how the decision-making happens. Oh, honey, if you're going to paint a fence, let me tell you, that will reveal so much about that individual's character. Forget the dating, do a project. So,
Well, and I'm also getting the sense that what is coming towards you, next in love, it is a quiet individual who is because they tend to be quiet and more reserved. And if you've known this, bye, Bobby. If you've known this person since you were 12 years old, you do have to make sure that this person knows that your interests are in a more adult manner, because he may not be seeing that. And that can be something. But I think, there's opportunities there. And I like that idea of actually doing a project together or having, I don't know, I don't necessarily want to say have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
But, just sort of, I don't know if he's going to pick up on the subtle hints. He may not.
He may not.
But you know,
You may have to beat him about the head with a clue by four, you know?
For entertainment purposes only. Do not hit anybody on the
Don't
head
ever
with
hit
a clue by
anybody.
four. But you may have to let him know that, because I don't know if Nick has been in any relationships, and if he's interested in a relationship, he may not be interested in one. But
Yeah.
there is the sense of quiet, and then suddenly something just pops up, and it's a discovery.
I love Madame Maru's response. Oh, you could just kiss him.
You could.
Yeah.
I mean, you very well could, but I don't know if that's a yes. He
Yeah.
confuses me,
Hints.
but I have been trying to give him hints. You need to be.
Direct.
Don't give hints, because that
That's just you're just
it's going
screwing
to
with
take too
people.
long.
Yeah, it's going to take too long, and also people miss them too easily. You know, like I miss hints. You have to tell me. I need the clue by four.
Yes. So
I need the clue by four. I'm one of those people, and I don't think it has. It just yeah, yeah. I think being direct and clear. It's such a relief to me when people are clear and direct with me, because then I don't have to be guessing about, oh, what am I missing, and I stop overthinking and chewing my fingernails down to the knuckle. Yeah.
and and we're not telling you. You're just like going to say, I want to marry you, and we're going to have children.
Yeah,
We're going
don't
to
do
have a
that.
family together in a
Don't do
house.
that.
Just let him know. It's important for you to be able to articulate it and say it
Yeah,
out loud. And you've been thinking about this a lot. He's
yeah,
not been. He may not be ready to talk about it. So
yeah. Yeah, and Cheryl, it's not just men that miss all the hints. I miss them all too. Ask culture versus guest culture. Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
yeah.
A million times. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Mhm.
I am 100% ask culture. Okay. That ends the readings. Jasmine, I hope that helps. Good luck, and come back and let us know, please, because we need
Yes,
feedback.
yes.
Yeah, go with the flow. That's right. But be direct. Okay, all right, then wait until you're ready. Sorry. Okay.
I mean,
I'm going to read the prayer now, because otherwise I'll forget, and I'll
yes,
remember
that was on my list of things to say. Hey,
I'll remember when I'm making supper, and then I'll go, oh my God, all those poor people think that I forgot about them, and I didn't. I delay. I don't forget. It's just delayed. Okay.
yes.
I would like to close by thanking the light for the truth. I would like to close by thanking the light for the healing energy. And I would like to close by thanking the light for the guidance and compassion towards our soul's purpose. And with this, we lock the record of this group. The records are now closed. Oh, Jasmine just lost her mom. I'm so sorry, sweetie. That's a big loss.
Yeah.
That's a big, big loss.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you for hosting me and letting me come back.
Oh, letting you come back.
Well,
She said, I dragged him kicking and screaming because he just didn't want to at all. And he's going, Linda, no, don't make me, not again.
Yeah, totally right. You believe in everybody.
Absolutely. Letting you come back. Don't be silly. I love having you here, and it's just so much fun. And it is a lot of fun to read with Gerald, honestly.
Oh, thank you.
It really is. We talked about what we're doing. We talked about like, share, subscribe. Well, you did. And I guess that's it. I guess we can say goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for being here. Give a thumbs up.
Oh, yes, thumbs up. Don't forget that. And now I will treat you to the outro. Love you all. See you later. Bye.
Bye.